We now welcome to the podium the Notre Dame Fighting Irish, now 24-13-5 with the victory. Joining head coach Jeff Jackson, we have Anders Lee, Billy Mayday, and Mike Johnson. Once again, we'll start by getting general comments from Coach Jackson, then we'll open it up for questions for the three student athletes. So, Coach, please, can you begin with general comments on tonight's victory?
Well, obviously we're thrilled, but it was certainly like a up and down game, a boxing match. I mean, they took the lead with some mistakes that we made early on, and our guys kept on working. I thought that in the third period we started creating a lot more opportunities for ourselves, and I was hoping we could try to finish the game in the third, because I knew if we took the period timeout, it would probably give them the advantage of coming back in, and it did. So I credit Merrimack for, they played a hard game. They played a great game, and we were just fortunate that our guys never said never and came back to battle to win the game.
And questions will now open up for the student athletes.
Brian O'Connor, ESPN Boston. Anders, that last goal, I've been hearing a lot of people say, fluke goal, unlucky goal. I thought it was a real hustle goal. Can you describe it for me?
Just going on the forecheck as hard as I could, and the defenseman cut up pretty quick there, and I took a last-ditch effort and swung at it, and next thing I knew it was in the back of the net.
Hey, Billy, this is Joe Maloney, College Hockey News. Before the tournament, Coach talked about some nerves that were kind of plaguing you guys in the CCHA tournament. Do you think you overcame that in tonight's game?
Yeah, I think we've been through a lot of adversity this year, and I think we've been through enough to know that if we're down 1 goal or 2 goals, we can come back, and we're always in a game. So, Joe Lewis was a little different than this. I think we were a lot calmer, and we were confident in the locker room, and we knew that the chemistry of our team and the closeness would kind of overcome any deficit that we were facing.
Sam Warner, Notre Dame Observer. Mike, could you just, what was the beginning of overtime like for you when they were just kind of peppering you with shot after shot after shot, and you had to keep making saves to keep you guys in the game?
Yeah, they came out really hard in the overtime, and we just kind of had to weather the storm. And the guys on the ice did a nice job getting sticks in passing lanes and blocking shots and deflecting them with their sticks and doing everything they could to keep it out as well. So I have to give credit where credit's due to my teammates as well for battling really hard on the ice. And then I think we needed that timeout to just settle us down and get our legs back under us.
Billy, it seemed like you guys were really committed to paying the price to get to the front of the net, and I think your goal was a really great example of that. Could you talk about what you guys had to do to pay the price and a little bit about your goal?
Yeah, I think we recognize that shooting the puck low might present some rebound opportunities, but not only did we present them, but we had to get to them. And, not only that, but the work on the walls led to some great scoring chances. And I think, whether it was me or somebody else, we knew that we had to be in front in order to get that tying goal.
This is for either Billy or for Mike. I wanted to ask you about the lift that you guys maybe got from Anders' first goal. That was the one that kind of got you back, seemed to get you back on your feet. What sort of momentum, what sort of lift did that give you guys?
Yeah, I'll take it. I think that just gave us confidence that we knew that we could get back in the game. We never quit. We never thought we were out of it at any point of the game. Even though Merrimack's a great team, we just felt that we could overcome anything that came our way. And Anders' goal just really boosted our confidence, I think.
And to have a freshman step up in a situation like that.
Absolutely, yeah. I think he did a great job tonight. He was very poised, and that goal, both goals, I guess, were just really good examples of the hustle and the poise that he showed tonight too.
Any more questions for the student athletes? Okay, in that case, Mike, Anders, and Billy, you're dismissed, but you have work tomorrow. Congratulations on the victory, and we'll see you tomorrow at 8 o'clock against the University of New Hampshire.
Thank you very much.
Notre Dame will be the home team as the number 3 seed, and UNH is the number 4 seed. Any other specific questions or requests for student athletes, please refer those questions to Tim with Notre Dame's sports information. But now we'll open it up. Questions for Coach Jackson.
Hi, Coach Jackson. Congratulations. First of all, can you just share with us what was discussed in the timeout? Because it seemed like a team came out, wasn't the same team that went in.
I think any coach would have called that timeout. I mean, the pressure was on us. If I could have called it earlier, I would have. I had one opportunity on a whistle, but you hate to waste it, but you hate to have it sitting there without taking advantage of it. I just told our guys to calm down. I mean, we're turning pucks over. Merrimack's got 3 lines. Any one of them can score, and it was just a matter of time. If it wasn't for Mike Johnson in the overtime, we wouldn't be sitting here right now. So. It was just a matter of, sometimes you call a timeout to change the momentum of a game, and that was one of those times.
Scott McLaughlin, Inside Hockey. Coach, just talk about what you guys were able to do in the third period to kind of take control and, get back in the game, tie it up there.
I think first and foremost, we started getting pucks behind their D and forechecking and getting possession off the cycle. And I credit, our fourth line, David Gerst's line, for, starting that, because they did a nice job all night long of, working the puck down low. And, I thought that it became a little more contagious. Biggest key is that we were being patient instead of throwing pucks away, because against teams like Merrimack, any good hockey team, you give pucks up, those teams are going to attack quickly on transition. So, I thought we did a much better job with the puck.
Hey, Coach, I saw the same question. I asked Billy. You mentioned before, I think it was right after you guys got the invite, that there were some nerves in the CCHA tournament. I mean, could you see that that really wasn't a problem as you guys came out tonight?
I felt much better about our team. I mean, this is still a work in progress for me in some regards, because these young kids, I mean, I assumed that we were really focused last weekend, and after watching us play, I said, well, that wasn't focus, that was being uptight, and they did that also the week prior when we played Western Michigan in the last regular season game, where we came out and took foolish penalties, and we're so amped up that we didn't play smart. So, it was, we had a serious discussion about it early in the week, and the guys opened up to me and, basically told them, what's going on as far as in the locker room and that. And they seem to be a lot better when they're loose, because when all those young kids become juniors and seniors, then probably a lot different as far as their focus. But they seem to play better when they have some energy in the locker room and they're loose, because they're an entertaining group. I have to turn away most of the time.
Coach, 2 quickies for you. One, what can you tell us about Anders? I mean, it seems as though he just loves to barrel down that wing and zero in on the net. And then the other question would be your thoughts on UNH.
Well, first of all, Anders is he's done that all season long for us. He scored some huge goals for us. I moved him onto a different line this week, and it was just there was so much focus being put on him and TJ Tynan on the same line that I needed to spread the wealth a little bit and give him an opportunity, or TJ, depending on how it worked out, to shine. And tonight was his night that, he scored a couple of key goals for us. He doesn't always score the pretty ones, but he's got a great shot. And for goal scorers, they generally have to be in the paint. If you want to score a goal, you got to be willing to pay the price in front of the net, and that's where he's gotten a lot of his goals this year. And I think that he's also a very smart player, and he has a great competitive drive. I mean, he's a good athlete. He was a great football player, and we're just glad that he chose hockey at Notre Dame. UNH. I consider Dick Umili and his staff are friends of mine. I mean, we've been kind of bantering back and forth in the hallway since we weren't playing each other. But they're always an exceptional transition team. Highly skilled and good transition from defense to offense. The fact that they beat Miami after what I saw last weekend is an incredible feat, and they obviously are a pretty darn good hockey team to be able to do that. And I thought their goaltender was a big part of that tonight as well. So I expect them to be, another huge challenge for us. So, I haven't watched them closely enough. I mean, I did watch them, when I was watching them play Merrimack in the playoffs, but that's the only time I've really focused on them.
Hey, Coach, how important was it for you guys to bounce back after, it seemed like every Merrimack goal with Callie's in the first period and then Andrews' first goal later in the game to just kind of, even if you weren't controlling the play, at least stay in the game?
Well, I mean, for the people that follow us, for you that follow us, I mean, we've done that all season long when we're playing, comfortable, where we're not feeling pressure, because we had some great comeback games this year, whether it be at Miami or versus Miami at home. We did it several times where we get down a goal or two and we still have the ability to come back, and that's that kind of carefree mentality that when they're playing loose, I don't consider us to be out of the game. The biggest thing is it never got to 3, because that's always kind of like that danger mark. It's tough to come back from 3 goals.
Coach, kind of going off that, talk about how big it was after they get that shorthanded goal to make it 2-0, come right back with the power play goal.
No, it was huge because that's such a huge momentum swing. Shorthanded goals are those goals that are, momentum changers. And for us to be able to, and then the other type of momentum goals are when you score right away after a goal. So that was, a complete momentum switch from one direction to the other.
Any more questions for Coach? Okay, Coach Jackson, congratulations. We'll see you tomorrow night.